let's have a talk about how I actually changed my mindset in life and in trading. And I'm not going to do some fancy background or whatever. I'm just going to do it in my apartment here in San Domingo, just at my literal desk. Had this idea, turn on the camera, and we're going to flow. We're going to talk about what's in or on my brain, you could say. How did I change my mindset to be successful in day trading? Well, we have to go back to how I changed my mindset to get into trading in the first place. Because to get into day trading, where I was in life, I was the person that was lying to themselves, that was feeling sorry for themselves. When I was sick in bed, when I had these bad things going on in my life, I blamed myself for them. And instead of blaming myself and trying to fix them, I blamed myself and cried and whinge about it like a little girl, okay? I was being a pussy, you could say, about life, okay? I wasn't being a man at all. I wasn't doing what I need to do to get out of the situation I was in. I was in that situation and I had to get out, okay? What I did to get out of that, and it's going to lead into day trading, we're going to get there, okay? What I did for that is I took inspiration from other people as well that had an unbreakable mindset, and it made me create my own unbreakable mindset. I shifted my whole brain patterns and my whole thinking from being negative to why can't I do it? Why can't I be that person? Why not me was a big phrase in my brain. Why not me? Why can people travel the world, day trade, make money? At that time, day trading wasn't the specific thing for me as well. It was like, why can't I do these things? And it was because I was doing no work for it, but I knew it could be me, because why not me? Okay, why not me? Why can't I be the person to achieve it? So when I started shifting my brain patterns to thinking that it was going to happen, I started manifesting where I was going to get it. I started to think about timelines and when I was going to do stuff. I started to not care about people's opinion. I started to obviously see success in day trading from not caring what people thought. When I was going through the phase where I wasn't making money, losing money day trading, and people were saying it wasn't going to work, and my friends and family were telling me, I don't know about that one. Like, do you know what I mean? Maybe look into something else. No one really makes money trading. I remember someone said no one really makes money trading. How wrong were they? Okay? How wrong was that person? But I knew at the time how wrong they were, okay? So I knew I could be the person to do it. But the hard part was the journey I wanted to go on after I decided day trading was for me, after I started to give it hell, after I started to see some success in it and then went backwards and then was on that roller coaster you might be on of non-consistency, passing accounts, no payouts, one payout, no accounts again, this endless cycle, okay? When I was in that cycle, because that's the toughest point in day trading in my opinion, because you're just following a system, you're 5 to 10% away from actually making money doing it, but I feel so far away. And when I was at that point, okay, that was the point where I thought, I have to keep going. I have to get over this hump and I have to come out the other side and I have to prove to people I can do it. But the issue for me was, I had no one in my area to take inspiration from, as in like no one from my town was doing it, no one from my region, my county if you're from Ireland, or region if you're from wherever else. No one basically in Ireland was doing it that I could see online that was doing exactly what I wanted to do. So I knew how to create my own path. I knew what to do something other people didn't want to do. So when I decided, okay, I'm doing something that 0.001% sees success in, or whatever the statistic is, I don't care, okay? I need to outwork these people, okay? So when I seen people, do an hour back testing, I knew what to do too. I knew I had to do these things right. I knew I had to do the right things on the chart. I knew I had to do all the right things, okay? On the charts as well as off the charts to see success in day trade. Even in some of my friends, and they might mind me saying it, but a few of my friends were telling me they wanted to do different things, or they wanted to get in trading, or so on and so forth, but they'd always drop off. They wouldn't trade, they wouldn't learn, they'd say it wasn't for them, they'd drop off, or else they'd try and do something else, then give up at that. And like it was just, I couldn't understand how you can start something on a mission and then give up on it. But that's because how my brain works. And I understand that I had to build this brain that thinks along these lines, because I used to think like that. I used to be the person that would watch an hour dropshipping video and go, fuck, tomorrow I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna get into dropshipping again. Okay, I'm gonna fucking do this shit. Okay, boom, get up. Oh, cereal, pet the dog. Right, dropshipping at 11. Oh, I'm kind of tired. Might have a nap. Yeah, let's nap for an hour. Let's just lie in bed for an hour midday. Okay. Oh, woke up. Oh, let's do this hour now. Oh, might go shop for a pack of sweets or something. Do you know what I mean? Bullshit. Pure bullshit. Not improving my life. Not going in the right direction. My brain was lying to itself. It was given that dopamine rush of, I'm going to get up, okay? I'm going to fucking do this. But then when it was time to do it, boom. Straight back down, dopamine levels dropped again. Oh, I'm not arsed. I'm not doing this. I don't care enough to change my life. I'll just get a job from college and whatever, okay? Pure bullshit. I knew I could do more, okay? I only unlocked that when I decided to properly change my life. And it doesn't come straight away. It doesn't come overnight. You completely change your brain to start locking in and start change your whole life around. Because remember, I might be talking here and you might be thinking, geez, he's going a bit extreme here. Like, it's not that much. But it's not life or death. But to me, it was life or death on where I was in life. How low I was and the sickness and everything going on in my life. It was near death, okay? In my opinion, that, like, I was so depressed and low that I had thoughts of stuff I shouldn't have thoughts about, okay? Not crying, by the way. That's just some irritant in my eye. But, like, I had thoughts of that, okay? So, that was death, okay? So, it was make this work, death. They're options, okay? I know it sounds extreme. I know we're talking like it's not a big deal by the way we're talking here. But let's be honest and real with each other, okay? So I want to be as real as possible on YouTube and all my videos. It was life or death for me, okay? So I had to make it work, okay? I knew I had to make it work. I knew I had to be the person to make it work. I knew I couldn't sit in my room and work a job, a 9 to 5 forever, because it's so... You're sending stupid emails and stupid things that didn't itch my brain, that I knew was wasting time. I knew I have 60 to 100 years on this earth, whatever I get, okay? Whatever I end up getting. I knew didn't want to spend that doing something I did not want to do, that I'm not passionate about. I literally have one life. You have one life we know about, okay? And you're going to spend it rotting in an office. Some people want that, and that's completely fine. I know someone from college, and all they want to do is like work in their hometown and get a house and stuff. And that person's the happiest ever doing that. And I love that for them, because that's what they want to do. But if you're watching this video, I assume you want to travel, day trade, make money day trade, and so on and so forth, okay? So when I had this mindset, okay, and people were saying that I wasn't going to see success in day trading, I wasn't going to be able to achieve things I want to do, I wasn't going to be able to make money trading discretionary, that's another thing I heard, complete bullshit obviously, okay, but when people said I wasn't going to be able to make money trading discretionary, I was like, okay, let's see what happens. You sit over there, give me a few months, and I'm going to turn around and say, fuck you, okay, that's what I'm going to say. That was my logic. I was going to say fucking you, everyone. Sorry for my language. But I wanted to say F you to everybody that hated me, okay? Right now I would, okay? Because I'm a little more confident, obviously, from doing this, so on and so forth. And other times I was like, yeah, well, listen, we'll see, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But it ended up working, okay? When I transitioned to actually trading, I mentioned a little bit about the discretionary there, but when I transitioned to trading, okay, to change your mindset to see success in day trading, because maybe if you're watching this, you're trading a while now, you're trading a few months, you have a strategy, you're starting not to see really success in it, your disciplines may be bad. Remember why you're doing this, okay? Remember, right, you want to be part of the 0.0000001% in Ireland that make money day trading, okay? In the world, whatever, 0.1% or whatever it is, okay, that make money long-term day trading, okay? So you want to be in that 1%. But you want to overtrade and revenge trade and not have a strict strategy and not have rules that you follow and not trade at the same time. What are we doing here? What, like, who do you think you're fooling, though? Like, do you think you're fooling yourself by getting a dopamine rush placing a trade, okay? Like, this needs to be considered a strict business, okay? Like, just lock in. Like, that's literally what I would say. I changed my mind to literally think I was an idiot for not following my rules, okay? I had to come up with a plan for every scenario. And if you're in that building phase, okay, this is going to happen and it's normal. Stuff's going to rise and it's going to trigger you and you might overtrade, you might lose the account, so on and so forth. But what you need to do is break down what happened, okay? I overtraded because I lost a trade that I was not happy about the draw on liquidity on the trade, okay? So you weren't happy about drawing liquidity in trade. It's okay. Relax, okay? Next time, you need now to go and fix what are your draws and liquidity. What will you be happy losing a trade towards if it does not hit, okay? What my logical thing of taking losing trade and taking every single trade was, will I be happy if this trade loses? Obviously I won't be happy, but will I be okay accepting if this trade loses? Okay, we have this, we have this, we have this. My overall bias is the here. The trade looks really good. I'm going to take this trade with the exact risk I have planned to take, okay? If it wins, it wins. If it loses, I lock myself out and go again tomorrow, okay? I had this conversation in my brain before every single trade, and now obviously it's just clockwork, okay? I'm not going to overtrade if I lose a trade. That's part of the game, okay? But you need to nearly have that conversation with yourself before you take the trade, okay? When your trade's getting ready to set up, let's say the 1 minute you have to wait for the close, 10 seconds before you're going to know if you take the trade, okay? So you need to go, okay, we've this, we've this, we've this. This is part of my plan. This looks like a trade I would take and back test and forward test and looks like my strategy. Perfect. Here I go. I'm going to enter right now. If it loses, it loses. I have to accept that. Okay, boom. We're entered now. Now it doesn't matter what happens, okay? I've accepted I'm putting risk on the table. Another thing you have to accept mindset-wise in trading is a game where you're putting risk to make risk. Okay, in any business, in any entrepreneurship, because if you're a day trader, you're a little bit of an entrepreneur, I would say, okay? Because you obviously want to trade for yourself. Obviously, if you do the business side, things like mentor and whatever, it's more entrepreneurial and socials and stuff. But we're just talking about day trading, okay? So if you just want to be a day trader, a little bit entrepreneurial, okay? How does entrepreneurship work, or whatever you call it, business work, okay? You have to put some money in to get some money back, okay? Ideally, you put more money, you get more money back than you put in. It's obviously the goal with day trading too, okay? Obviously, okay? You're looking to make more than you spend, okay? So, you have to accept sometimes you're going to put risk on the table. Some people can't accept that they put risk on the table and it didn't work. Like, it's not going to work every single time. In your back testing, you have a 100% win rate. No! In your forward testing, you have a 100% win rate. No! So why in live trading should you have a 100% win rate? You shouldn't. You simply shouldn't. Okay? You're not going to have a 100% win rate in trading. And until you can accept that, and accept you're going to lose money, and accept and shift your mindset to actually start taking this seriously, and actually start following your rules that you have set, okay? If your rules are not set enough, you now know your issue. You need to go set better rules, okay? I had an issue with TPs. I wanted 1 hour, but I wasn't sure when to trail, and I get upset to hit 1 hour, and I was looking to trail, and I came back down, okay? Okay, how am I going to fix this issue, okay? I'm going to set some rules in place, okay? Now, what am I going to do with my new rules that I've set in place to fix this issue? I'm going to back test it and see, does it work, and do I make money long term with it? And I'm going to forward test, and I'm going to see, does it work, okay? You're building a plan that works for you, okay? Again, you can copy other people's plans. I took some people's ideas of trading and put my own rules and stuff in place that worked for me, that allowed me to get consistent payouts in day trading, okay? Some people in my group that make money, like Anthony, for example, he said it online, he made 15k last month day trade. He trades similar to me, but a little different with his entries, okay? And that's completely fine, because that works for him, okay? He doesn't need to follow step by step the rules I put in place. I can give rules like, I would always advise 1 trade a day, okay? A win or loss, or 2 break-evens max, okay? Stuff like this I really advise, but it's up to you. If you find a back test and forward testing, it works better for you, this works a little bit better, so on and so forth, then that's completely fine. You just need to prove it by results, okay? I don't want to see, oh, it worked for this trade, it worked for this week, okay? I want to see long-term success, okay? Consistency is the word we're looking for. We're looking to make consistent money in day trading. So we have to accept losses, we have to have a plan, we have to know what we're doing in each scenario, we have to be okay with accepting loss and accepting risk in our day trading, and we have to accept that day trading is a hard skill to learn, but something you can make consistent money with and big money with some months, but you need to be disciplined, you need to be okay at putting risk on the table, you have to accept that is going to happen day trading, okay? That was an insight into my kind of mind there about my thoughts kind of on how I shifted my mindset to actually start seeing success in day trading and success in my life from being someone that literally had nothing going for them to someone now that has quite a lot going for them, okay? If you want to get into TPC, the private corner of my group, where obviously I'm helping other people become consistently profitable, it's the top link in the bio as well. The free Discord's below as well, and then my Instagram, TikTok. If you want to message me about anything, Instagram's the best place, so go over and send me a message there. Hopefully I'll see you on one of them platforms. Peace out, good luck with your trading, and have a good weekend if you're watching this on the weekend.